Welly, 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 well. Welcome back, Mormon ladies and gents and everyone else in the United States. This is Wolferton, or Wolferton Games here, coming to you live, or at the time of this recording. We are now in episode 7 of a Mormon Man Bennett tree. Let's see how we'll do in this run. But let me just double check and make sure I have debug smooth off. There we go. Didn't I already earn that award? Yeah, I literally already did. Why am I getting it back now again? Like, why? Oh, I can win the Haitian War after committing to the troop surge. Oh, wow. But enough about that. Let's get into some stability focusing. Prioritize buying Indonesian resources. Should we? Loans for democracy. Discontent, but our escalation shall rise. Yep, CIA operative reporting for duty. The CIA informed us that it has cleared its last operative for field operations effective immediately. Resources dedicated to training are now available to be reallocated to other priorities. Understood. We are against Sukarno's tyranny. Oh goody, we finally finished maintaining the status quo. Now we can either go through financial reform and political necessities. But first, let's go for the 1965 military outlook policy. With the dawn of a new year, as we enter the second half of this decade, it's very important we continue to assess our military capability. Much of our military still hews to old doctrines based on old technologies. We have all the technological and manufacturing capacity that a superpower could ever ask for. Such old ways need change. We should start by commissioning a new report on potential areas of improvement. In a world of new conflicts, sticking to older ideas is a fool's errand. Alright, well, while I get that out of the way, might as well appeal to... All the factions I have are very high. Let's see. We shall appeal to our Mormon Latter-day Saints. What's this? America abroad. America can win the Cold War if we choose to fight it. Following on her call to action in A Choice, not an Echo, Phyllis Schlafly turns her sight to America's standing as a beacon of liberty in the world, finds it flickering in the wind from forces within and out. Grave diggers shines a new light on decay at the heart of America's foreign policy establishment. Names on the nightly news: Robert McNamara, Henry Kissinger, Dean Rusk call for ever-growing sacrifices from the American people in faraway wars, even as they shake the hands of dictators from Berlin to Tokyo. Willing accomplices in America's destruction. And on subject of America's last line of defense from fascism, strike from space, details the neglect of America's nuclear arsenal as its enemies exhaust America in endless wars across the world. In missiles and megatons, and America lags behind the Germans and the Japanese, emboldening them to act against America's interests. With a cost measured in thousands of lives, America deserves the strength to defend itself. Paid for by the John Birch Society, Indianapolis, Indiana. Another polemic in a forest full of them. Yep, ease the fears of American businessmen. Appeal to our fellow Mormons. Advocate to the Catholics of church and state separation. Work with OFM businesses. Let's see. We shall advocate for coalition unity. And concessions to the Dixiecrats and hardline conservative Republicans. Arambaru takes the presidency in Turkey. Oh wait, no, that's Argentina. How sustainable will anti-Peronism prove? Keep on going. Hello and good morning. Can I speak to Colonel Jup Waru? This is Agent Thompson. I'm from the CIA. Wow. If America wants to win in Indonesia, it needs connections, and therefore wasn't anyone in North Soale and ever more profane than Colonel Waru. Oh. Now that we've done our part, he thought, now it's up to them to do their part. Huh. Nice. Okay. That's very interesting. Let's see. Balancing our budget. Ooh, we already finished doing the belly buster. Motorized shipment. Bomb them. Expand development programs. And send air equipment support. Landslide. Oh. What's this? Landale Psychological War? Oh, I can form the Haitian Special Services. Okay, we did a bit of that. Now let's do political necessity. Like it or not. Okay, let's get one thing straight on this record. Like it or not, we need to deal with this civil rights issue. It was President Nixon's lack of initiative in carrying out needed reform that led to the current crisis. And while the issue still stands, it's unlikely America will be able to focus on anything else. Unlike some, however, we are not so keen to just kick segregationists to the curb. After all, denying them their say in the matter will just transfer the wrath of the debate from one side to the other. We need a solution that will properly please both sides, or at least that doesn't upset either sides both much. Get the event division. The President will begin the process of drafting a new civil rights legislation. The Republicans and Democrats will be inclined to listen to him if they like it. Yep, we're gonna have to go with the. We're gonna have to go a bit with both on the sides issue. We can't just ignore one side anymore. We're gonna have to do this. Grin and bear it. We will be able to send one unit to the Free Government of the Republic of Indonesia. So they would continue then. More boys will die in this Indonesian jungles. America will have to endure. All eyes are on the president, all in anxious anticipation of what the decision would be. The Central Siberian Federation draws closer to Japan. Will they spend yen in Novosobirsk? President, all in anxious anticipation of what could... Oh, man. Hungary now sides with Italy. Nice. Authorized small-scale aerial bombardment. What? Does this mean I have to do this? Oh, man. Contact. Let's see. Escalation will increase. Expand equipment. Cement Hatta's legacy among the PRIM. Ah, here we go. Coordinate with the Australian... Oh, a Mexican operative was captured already? Well, that's miniature compass. Warnings unheeded. Huh. Excerpt of an editorial by Phyllis Schlafly, published in the Wall Street Journal, 1965, on June 12th, on June 12th at 8 a.m. Once again, America finds itself fighting a war far from its shores on behalf of people we barely understand and for a cause we understand much less. The administration tries to sell America on its next battle in the crusade for freedom, and it's not hard to take them at face value. By sending our sons and husbands to die in Indonesia, we are keeping the Japanese away from Australia. Even a cursory investigation of facts on the ground makes this comically untrue. A long history of pent-up grievances in Jakarta, the fact that Muhammad Hatta barely seems to control his own generals, the best of days, and now nobody seems to even particularly enthused to leave the Japanese embrace, just find a new settlement of their own. If I can't explain this war to you in one paragraph, I doubt the administration can. Except with platitudes about values of freedom in alien lands, where democracy is the foreign concept to the Indonesians as Jesus Christ. And now we've taken the first steps in the door, where does it stop? When we will say enough is enough, as our soldiers are asked to cross thousands of islands spanning from Palembang to Makassar. There's no justice in fighting a war for those who don't want our help, nor even have our best interest in mind. Let the Japanese and Indonesians fight among themselves about it. No need for American coffins in Indonesia. Alright. Oh. Okay, we'll help stabilize Iberia, because I know that they're gonna need help with CIA begins training of new operatives. Understood. Expand missions in Angola. Okay, they're stable for now, so the wars of choice. And let's go to a commercial now. Oh man, things are really starting to heat up, and I really don't like it. Ah yes, ugly thoughts. The rain had begun to wipe the grim from his fingers. I know I'm just skipping some of the events because I'm not either interested or so, but just hear me out on this one. The ugly American and the officer walked to a car. He opened the door for the man and gestured to him to come inside. They talked politely on their way to the embassy. Okay, I guess it means I'm still having a lot of crazy stuff on my hands. Okay, now that we handle the division. For all that some speak of America as hopelessly divided, I know that we are stronger than ever. Let other nations wage endless wars and mindless annihilation. We have industry, knowledge, and the moral strength to make the world safe for liberty. Unity is the word on President Wallace Mormon man Bennett's lips as he spoke before a vast crowd. The sky is gray, having let loose an anemic inches worth of snow over D.C. last night. It looks lovely on the trees, perhaps, but everyone can see the grimy slush on the ground. For all of Bennett's rhetoric, protesters rally for segregation in Birmingham and for liberation in Little Rock. Against all of this, what can new monetary policy and sensible civil rights efforts do? The early 1960s brought disenchantment on unprecedented levels. Bennett might want to turn the page, but the United States may not be finished with the story yet. I, Wallace Foster Bennett, do solemnly swear. Okay. You solemnly swear, Mr. Bennett. And now that means the Civil Rights Act of 65, but we're not going to actually have it in 65. The call from up high. On certain days, President Bennett would seclude himself in the Oval Office in mourning with his advisors. Planning out next actions, quiet work of politics was one best done without distractions. A knock at the door, followed by an aide peeking into the room. He looked at his feet for a second, then pressed on. "You got a call, Mr. President, from Salt Lake City, a Mr. Thomas Monsoon. I'll take it in here, thank you." Bennett closed the distance in seconds before closing the door firmly in Elliot's face. A call from senior leader in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints most definitely did not need to be advertised by an incautious aide. The phone rang and President Bennett took a deep breath before picking up. "Mr. Monsoon, what's the occasion for calling today?" "Grover Bennett, I wanted to talk to you about the civil rights speech you gave the other day." Monsoon wasted no time getting to the point. Don't you think we should have dialogue time to work? Rushing through earthly solutions would not do much to fill the spiritual void between the races." Bennett took a deep breath. Of course, the church has options, but he had his own. The country needs civil rights to come from the top, but, like, I think I would agree with this. We cannot rush reconciliation. This will raise our relationship with the Church of Latter-day Saints. We cannot rush reconciliation indeed. Out of 23 Republicans, 12 support the president's initiative. Democrats out of 18, oh, only like half of the progressives support us. Out of 5 nationalists support us, and no sovereigntists even like us. Smoothing the wrinkles. A PR win was still a win. That's all I gotta say. You know? Report on the status of Colombia. Oh dear Lord. Now, oh man, this is just too much. So, let's see. Authorize the grand scale. No, I think I like it better if I have a lot of command power, because I really want all that command power. Oh, the maximum is like 155, really? Let's see. Let's see. Train PRIM officers in Australia. Formed AUSANZ command. Withdraw recognition for the NKRI. Discuss Indonesia's future with Sajahir. Contact Colonel Lubitz. Okay. Infiltrate the Colombian government. We shall fund jungle infrastructure. Maybe not. Advance. Well, yeah, we'll try to advance guerrilla training. Commit a lot more troops. Expand peacekeeping missions or something or other. Yeah, we're not pulling out of Africa. The Reich shows its hand. The Barrancula takeover. Oh man, the Greater German Reich shows its hand indeed. Supply napalm and defoliants. Overhaul the Guantanamo naval base. Authorize a small aerial bombardment. Okay, we gotta prevent Grand Oyas and Tiburon from being communist. The emptying Treasury Secretary Robertson had requested to speak alone with President Bennett after the weekly cabinet meeting. Both were well aware of the agenda at hand. How's the Treasury silver reserves looking, Willis? President Bennett asked the usual question, to which he received the usual answer. They're still bleeding out, Mr. President. And there's worse news. The silver bill won't be enough. Secretary Robertson breathed in. After Bennett shot him a quizzical glance. We're going to need more silver to tide us over while the monetary reforms are ongoing. All right, well, where are we going to get this silver from? Bennett leaned back in his chair. American silver mines are tapped out, so presumably we'll have to import that stuff. Right, well, Robertson looked down at his clipboard. Mexico's an option, but the private sector is buying as much as they can carry. Russia does have reserves, but they're a god-awful mess, and China's in Japan's backyard. Bennett motioned for Robertson to get to the point. Australia, Mr. President. They don't have as many reserves as the others, but we can lean on their Prime Minister to do us right for the good of the OFN. Alright, let's get on the phone with Canberra. Okay. Not too much. The Nationalists will be able to support a draft of the Silver Act. Jean Kirkpatrick congratulates Italy on first elections. Another actor now approaches the world stage. Formation of the West African Alliance. Regional stability is under threat. Oh, victory for the Christian Democrat Party under Aldo Moro. Here's to democracy and peace in Italy. Let's see. Garnered Democrat support. Now the Nationalists will support for the Silver Act with the Nationalists. Well, technically we're going to be supporting. Well, technically the Nationalists will support us for the Silver Act. Coordinate with Australian patrols. Discontent will go down, but escalation will increase. Let's see. Expand artillery equipment. Authorize American air operations. We'll do that. Search and destroy. Okay, I don't have to worry about the Central African Republic in a long time. Their stability is like at 91, so I don't have to worry about that for a longer time. Prioritize buying Indonesian resources. This will increase we will spend 80,000, but this will increase our liquid reserves. So we'll try that a bit. Military austerity, civilian austerity, let's see, civilian spending. Signed, sealed, to be delivered. There won't be a better deal than this. What on earth is so important? I see. A no-brainer. Fortified Orinoco region. Okay, let's see. Fortified Amazon region. Support security forces there. North. All right. We're gonna need to do some stopgap measures, stemming the tide. Let's see. I love this one. I wonder if I really should do some token reform, or don't rock the boat. After some deliberation, President Bennett decided that the best course of action is to pursue a cautious policy in dealing civil rights issues. The concern of a segregationist cannot be ignored. I mean, heck, even the Latter-day Saints and the Latter-day Saints will even also agree with this, because, like, tokens, we can still offer some basic reforms that give protections to minorities, but they might be left waiting. Still, the segregationists can constitute a significant portion of our voter base, and the needs of a party must be considered. This will make the draft more liberal. This will make the draft more a bit conservative. Yep, I'm gonna do Don't Rock the Boat, Bennett, because I'm literally gonna do that. So, this will raise our relationship with the Southern Dixiecrats, but this will lower our relationship with the Northern Democrats because they wanted to expand their liberal agenda into the South, but like, come on. The Northern liberal Democrats are hypocrites. They also have de facto segregation in the North. I mean, the Dixiecrats, I can understand. Like, come on. So, we're basically going to be doing that. Let's see. Drafting the Silver Act. Namely from the MPP who have criticized it for being unnecessary, possible issues caused by a large silver purchase, and general opposition to the Republicans. America is currently on the risk of silver shortage that could lead to inability to produce coins and risk a loss of jobs. Approaching George Wallace. This will raise very low. I know I don't want to do this a little too early, but let's see if we can try and curry favor with the nationalists. Just a bit. The trade down under. We will spend $50 billion that will be added to the national debt. Fund jungle infrastructure or something or other. Hang on, let me. I don't think he doesn't add up. Ah, here we go. Expand artillery shipments. Form the AUSANZ command. Recognize the PRIM legitimacy. Aw, man, the conflict's gonna escalate. But as long as discontent goes down... Haiti votes for the Ooh, look at this. Haiti votes for the Commonwealth of England to join. Excellent. Suriname votes for the Commonwealth of England to join. Excellent. Guyana votes for it to join. Excellent. Iceland votes for it to join. Excellent. New Zealand votes for it to join. Excellent. Australia votes for it to join. Excellent. The Faroe Islands vote for it to join. Excellent. Canada votes for it to join. Excellent. Yep, that means possibly that the Commonwealth of England under Harold Wilson will be able to join us. Yippee! Whoa, what happened? Oh dear Lord. Now it's just minutes to midnight. Okay, with all due respect, Ambassador Fukuda, the evidence we have is utterly indisputable, the President said. America expects at minimum a formal apology subsequent of compensation for our losses and a total withdrawal of all Japanese troops from Indonesia. The Japanese ambassador was indignated. What lies? We are innocent. Us apologizing to you? Ha! It should be the reverse. You accusing us of killing your men when it is clear as day that you are murdering our soldiers. But forget it. This is a waste of time. Before the president could respond, the ambassador got up to leave, slamming the door as he went out. After the ambassador slammed the door shut, President Wallace Bennett let out a breath he couldn't even know he was holding. This meeting was much more tense than anything else he had been in for a while. But there was good reasons to be worried. By now, even the general public was aware that both American and Japanese soldiers were both in Indonesia. Most were blissfully unaware of the deeper implications of this. With a nary of soul noticing that was once unthinkable had become a reality. American and Japanese soldiers were shooting each other and killing each other again for the second time. Of course, they couldn't say that out loud. Both President and the ambassador realized what would happen if they did. It'd be a race to the top of escalation ladder where the only prize was nuclear annihilation. Even as their armies were slaughtering each other with all destructive forces that only modern war could bring, both sides had to pretend it wasn't actually a war. There were there they were, America and Japan locked in an uncomfortable past de deuce. It was right to worry about how long this facade would really even last. Man. Okay, I guess that means now that we're gonna have to help. We're gonna have to help anti-Americanism rise. The pain point. Aw, man. Let's give Australian markets prices on silver, or a deal is a deal. Australia will ride on the coattails of American prosperity. Provide staff assistance to the FRI and okay. Set up support garrison to there. All right. Arrange the Free Indonesian Congress. Here we go. Fortify the Orinoco region. CIA operation thwarted. Good riddance. Bomb the PPLN. Oh, violence is going down already? Not one more. Applause. Applause unprompted and ignored. The ugly scenes. Okay. The ugly American held as long as it could and Liberals reunify Kazakhstan. It seems that sometimes peace and freedom survive in this world. Freedom for me, but not for thee. Wow. Huh. The Senate cloakroom was perfect. Let's see here. Ooh, who are we talking about? America needs that silver. Well, a third senator added, Bennett is a Republican. The assembly fell silent. A Republican and all the baggage that entailed from losing the war to Jim Crow and now shortage of the few allies America had left. He left the bad taste in all of the Democrats' mouth. You all remember what Margaret Chase said when she jumped ship? That we be fools for working with the Republicans? The assembly group nodded. Well, you know what they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. The RDC ain't no party of mine. Oh man. Labor Democrat support will decrease by 5. This will lower our relationship with the Northern Democrats. This will be a controversy that will follow the RDC for 12 weeks and impact coalition unity by a negative 5%. Gosh darn it. West Russian Revolutionary Front forms? Oh boy. All of them members are, okay. Ensure support for the United States to assure advice coalition work with Dixiecrats and Republicans, ease fear of American businesses, work with OFM businesses. Harrington speaks out. President Bennett walked into the Oval Office. Bennett frowned. Oh, I see. What's our resident socialist angry about today? We kept him out of the loop on Australia. The president must be judged by his actions, not by his words. And it's clear that he cares for more profits and privileges of whites over decency. Harrington's professional tone did little to hide his animosity. Despite the recent Civil Rights Act, it's clear that the Bennett administration believes the wishful thinking and pandering to segregationists is a solution for America's problem. Bennett bristled. Talk is cheap, Harrington. And has the president ever stopped to consider human costs of his recent deal with the Australians? The Broken Hill mine lives up to its name, treating its laborers, many of whom are refugees who fled Japan's rapacious conquest of the Pacific Islands, in a way that we'd instantly recognize in the Deep South. Harrington paused before going in for the kill. The American people need to know that President Bennett counts the silver dollars with hands drenched in blood. Look, that is going to be Australia's problem. That's more Look, I'm going to have to say this, but that's Australia's problem, not mine. Yeah, I would have to agree. That's really more Australia's problem on the issue. let's see. Too little, too late. Now we can actually stem the tide, actually. Or, ooh, we can actually keep committees in check. Perfection. Keeping our committees in check. Let's try and do that. Let's see how we can, The price isn't right. Random questioning? Wait, what is this? This isn't right at all. Next. Down with Bennett, the Menace. This will lower our support for the Silver Act with the Progressives. Aw, man, well, that's just kind of harsh. Anyway, I'm going to end this 7th episode right here on October the 1st of 1965. Well, given that we now have to deal with a lot more proxy wars, this is going to be a crazy day for us. But anyway, I hope you fellas enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you fellas in episode 8 of the Bennett in office. That's all.